Hey guys, so this is the video that I put up on my channel and said that I was going to be doing today. So basically, I have made myself this, which if you can kind of see, I'll put it further away. Basically, it is a knife, but it's a fake knife basically. It's to go with my Comic-Con costume, which is for this Saturday. It is basically a Silent Hill nurse's knife, because that is what I'm going to be dressing up as. If you can see close up, this I've tried to do quite a good job of it. You can see I've actually put real screws in it, because I'm going to paint over this now, to obviously try and make it look more knife-like, I guess. I've obviously done this to both sides, so you can see I've done screws like you would get in like a normal kind of knife. So I am going to be trying to paint this kind of like Silent Hill style. So it's going to be quite bloody, stuff like that really. So basically I've got a few different paint colours, to be honest, but I am kind of going to try and go for really more, I guess, of the typical. I'm going to do the handle pretty much like in the games, red. I'm going to do quite a lot of the knife red with dark red, so almost like it's been used. And I'm going to go from there really. So and see, obviously give it a go and see if hopefully we'll do quite well with it. So I'm going to just alter the camera a little bit so you can see. Right, so first of all, I'm actually going to paint this bit. So this is the handle itself. Obviously I am meant to say don't forget to put paper down, but hey ho. I will obviously be doing what I've done before in some of my other videos, like where I showed you how to paint the Gravity Falls book cover. I will be using my hairdryer to dry it basically, to pretty much try and get it done a little bit quicker, because I quite like it like that. I like the texture. I like the way it kind of almost finishes that way. So you can see obviously I'm pretty much just going to put it straight onto here. I made this knife originally out of papier-mâché. So that is obviously it's papier-mâché and it's cardboard. It's like a few actual layers. I think it's like 6 layers of cardboard either side. So yeah, that's how I pretty much made this. I'm going to do like pretty much the sides, because obviously this is the handle, so it's got a lot more sides. And then I'm going to be doing obviously it side to side, because obviously this is what I'm saying, this is going to have to take a fair few coats. Personally I am going to cover the whole knife itself, this in red as well, because I'm going to put black on it to make it darker in certain areas, plus darker, basically darker reds, because I can make a darker red with the black paint that I've got. And I'm going to use white as well to like almost contrast it a little bit. Hopefully this comes out well, because the rest of my costume looks pretty awesome so far. So you can see I've literally just painted the whole thing red, so it looks pretty random right now. Obviously it's going to look weird for a bit because you're going to see the paper through it. I need to paint it so you can't see the paper. But yeah, so I'm going to turn the hairdryer on now in case anyone's using headphones. You've been warned. Oh. pretty much dry, so I'm gonna do. So I've got basically I'm gonna do this about 3 or 4 times because I don't particularly want to see this paper underneath it, and this is just poster paint, so I'm kind of hoping after about 3 or 4 layers it basically sorts itself out. And you will get messy, like my hands have already got loads of paint over them. It's fine. When this is 100% dry as well, I've actually got some Sharpies that I've bought to help me with this, and I am going to be doing that, using that as well. So let me just... That's far too much black. Far too much. Right, so I'm trying to make a bit of a... It's better. It's kind of almost like a congealed black colour, so it's not so... It is darker, so I'm going to put this on now as well, because I want this to be underneath one of the layers. Because then what this will do is this will help cover, for starts, the shade, the newspaper. But it will give my knife like a more dirtier look, because the nurses in Silent Hill obviously have quite a dirtier look. Obviously, once this is dried, what I'm going to do as well is you can get like or take some of the paint off of certain areas, like with a toothbrush and stuff like that, just to give it a little bit more of a weird look as well. So it's actually hiding that a lot better now. And I find it's easier to do multiple thin layers that I can actually dry and have control of than it is to try and do 6 or 7 or like 3 really thick layers that take months to freaking dry. So, and I have paint everywhere. Right. side dry a little bit because we haven't actually done this side at all yet. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to start off on this one actually with the darker one that I just made, just to darken this up a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to I'll do some normal ones, layers of red as well. I just want the knife to be, I don't want to do one side and be like really happy and then think I finished it and then be disappointed that I haven't pretty much. So dry them. I'm going to give this another coat with the darker, oh sugar, another coat with this darker, it's almost like a brown this colour now. It's good, look, see, gradually getting rid of paper. Paint this side again with the darker colour because if you can see in the light, that's a lot more reddy and that's a lot more browny. So I want to paint this with brown and kill the camera. Sorry. Paint this with the brown. Get that done. We're going to do a bit more down there. So we're going to dry this one. that out of the way, and I'm going to start putting some more just plain red on it. So I'll do a lot of red first of all for this. Oh, I want it quite... Because as you can see, I'm gradually not being able to see the epoxy paper. Right. So I'm pretty happy with, obviously you can see the different, it's pretty dark now. What I'm going to actually do is on the blade, so what I'm trying to make as the blade, which is this bit here, I'm actually going to, not my hands, make a grey and actually use that to try and wash the paint. I've only got one paintbrush, so my budget's not as high as most people on YouTube. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore my telephone. I'm going to make kind of like a light grey. I want it quite light. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to throw my phone out the bin. Out the window, should I say. Into the bin. So, yeah, so I'm making just a bit of a light grey. Almost, I guess, what you'd expect to see, kind of on like a normal knife, because this is supposed to be, I guess, like a knife from like a kitchen that someone could just pick up, like you want the girls to pick up in the horror movies, instead of like the butter knife, basically one of those. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint this, because it's not going to come out majorly, but I don't want it to take up the red anyway. I want it to be kind of just coming through a little bit. I have a voicemail. So yes, you can see obviously it looks grey, but obviously it's got the hint of the red in it as well. And I don't want to go over the handle, because the handle I wanted to look like a reddy brown handle anyway. So kind of makes this bit a bit easier for drying it though. So dry quite flaky, which is what I wanted. I'm just going to do the same on this side. This side looks like it's going to come out a bit better actually. I don't know if it's because I just did it a bit thicker, but it's fine, we can always go over things. This side's actually gone on a bit thicker, but that's fine. I'm just going to dry this side. That's the other reason why I like to dry it with a hairdryer. If you can see, I quite like the texture on it, because it's like, not saying that I know what it would look like, but I think that's what kind of it would more look like if it was like blood actually on a drying, like congealed blood. So we're going to make it have a little bit more grey. Like so. Right, so I'm going to leave that to do that for a bit more, and then what I want to do is I actually want to go over this again with more grey. going to go over this the other side, this side, just one more time with the grey, and then I'm going to start on the red again. Because what I'm going to do is, first of all, I need to put some more red anyway on the handle, but I'm going to start actually painting it properly instead of just obviously just like a 5-year-old. Also, I will say this is my first attempt at this. Like, don't really have a backup plan if this kind of goes wrong. Maybe going to like the pound shop and buying like a needle and using that as my weapon instead. But yeah, this is literally unedited and really hoping it kind of goes as well as I can see it going in my head. Not saying that's gonna happen, but I can kind of hope. So I'm just gonna put a bit more grey on this side as well where it's dried. I did in case you're wondering, I did the red first on the inside so that basically, as you can see, it comes through, so it does look a bit more like, I guess, bloody. When if I kind of scratch any bits off later on, it looks like that. So dry this side. So, what we're going to do now is, I need some more red. I just wash my paintbrush again. Marvellous. Now it looks like I've murdered somebody. For anyone thinking of doing YouTube, literally, as long as you're happy with later on, when you're not on camera, pretty much dictating your life as you go, like, I'm going to go do this now. Like, you're in a supermarket and you're like, I'm going to buy a pizza, and when I get home, I'm going to do this. And because generally you do that. Like, I genuinely did that today. I'm going to go buy pizza, and then I'm going to put this on it. Yep. So that's all you've got to think about. As long as you're totally happy with literally dictating your whole frigging life, even when you're not on camera, then just do it. It's fine. And the only other thing I would say is a lot of people, actually friends I know and people on YouTube, literally do ask that people like just will comment me and ask me like, what's it like being on camera? Because obviously there are other things that I do on my channel, and I can honestly say, like, once you've done it a handful of times, then you kind of get over it. Like, the first couple of times you're like, oh my god, this, oh my god, that, and that's everybody. That's like from all the massive people to like the people that like me who have like 900 subs, like, literally, that's everybody on YouTube. Everybody freaked out the first time they did it, but it's actually I quite enjoy it now, to be honest with you. I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy some of the people that I talk to because of it. You know, it's actually I quite enjoy it. Obviously, it's all each to their own, so I want this to be thicker because I want to get rid of... Oh, it's the handle and I'm going to technically be holding it, but I still want it to look good. So, let's try this. Right, so as you can see, my hands are like... Oh, I've just washed my hands as well. Right, so yes, I'm going to start off with this side of the knife because I actually quite like the distressed look. And earlier when I said it looks going to look like I've killed someone, in case anyone wondered, I've managed to touch the kitchen roll on the top with red fingers, and now it looks like I've murdered somebody and tried to clear up the evidence, which is marvellous. So I'm just going to have a look at a picture just for reference. Oh, boxy thing. Right, so I do have is a nice picture that I kind of got for reference. So what I need to do is I need to create quite a dark red. It's kind of almost brown, I guess. So yeah, so because concealed blood obviously goes quite a dark colour. So what I'm going to first of all do is, it's so not going to come out as good as I expected. I want it to go across the bottom here, almost like, I guess, stab someone. I'm actually tap that scissors because I actually want, sorry, there's a bit of paper there that's sticking up, it's bugging me, so I'm going to cut that off. So I'm going to do that, and then I kind of want it to I need a thick line there. And I said I am going to distress this in a bit, more so. But right, a little bit of black to run across the bottom as well. Like so. Because I need to do a little bit of black. I want to do it on the handle. So I'm doing one side at a time, so... just trying to take off some of the colour now, because now, see, my method of madness is kind of working. With the paper at the back of it, it kind of almost looks like it's worn leather. Trying to show you. See that it kind of almost looks like bloody but worn leather. So obviously as well it's taken some of the shine, some of the paint off of the nail as well, which is, or the screw, that's why I've done it. So I'm going to dry this quickly. Right, so I'm going to attempt to do that pretty much to this side in a moment, but I'm trying to, well, I need more kitchen towel. Right, so I want to take obviously some of that off and pretty much rub down the knife like I've done there. That's why I did a lot of the colours beforehand, so so you can see it's kind of coming through, so it looks a bit more, I guess, Silent Hill, if you know what I mean, where, like, I guess, do you know what I mean, it's almost like it's peeling away, kind of like when the walls peel away, peel away, so. I'm just gonna, what I want to do is basically just want to do a few bits of that. This is why I definitely put paper down, because I seem to use the paper for a lot of things. I'm just going to basically dab in just little bits of colour here and there. So then I can stop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it, not the camera, again, sorry. Basically, so then I can rub away, but it's added some more colour to it. Kind of tidy while I'm doing it as well, you know. Right, so I actually want to do this little bit here a bit more darker, because this is the handle, and I'm gonna just do this a bit more neat. I don't know how I can do it neat, everything's a mess. Right, I'm just gonna dry this. So now we're going to go to this side, obviously a lot different now. Oh. Right, let's put that so it's leaning back up. So yeah, so obviously a lot different to that side. So I'm just going to do that side. So first of all, I'm going to do a handle again. So what I want to do on the handle is I want to get first of all, let's get a little bit of black to rub a little bit through. Put a little bit more brown on there. A bit more of the red. And it's more paper. I'm going to give it a rub. Just want it to come through like leather. Like a proper old kind of butcher's kind of knife. That proper leather look. What I'm actually going to do is for this one, I want to add a little bit more colour to this bit again. Sorry, I know I'm not holding it to the camera at the minute. I'm just trying to make it level. To do that, I kind of have to hold it. Right, so you can see I've basically gone round and done the handle so it's all the way level. I'm just going to give that a quick dry. What I am going to do though is I'm going to quickly rub this bit and also use my fingernail to actually take off some of the colouring around the nail. So I like it when they kind of come through a little bit. Right, so that's the handle pretty much done. Right, so obviously I've got to do some more to this bit here, so this bit. So for this bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some more blood first of all. So I want the blood to be quite dark blood first of all, and then we're going to go for quite a prominent red. A tiny bit basically black. Right, so I'm going to put that there. For first of all, I'm going to actually fold that over so it's not as dirty. So, it doesn't, obviously I don't think it looks too bad. What I need to do is I need to dry it because I actually want to Sharpie on it, do kind of, I guess, more of a cartoon outline. I do a lot of cartoons. Cartoons are easier than real life, genuinely. So I'm going to put plate covered in paint kind of in the sink. I don't think I use one of the best plates. I really don't think it is, so it's not so bad. Watch me wash my hands. Right, so what, so it's pretty dry now. I'm going to move paint out of the way, fold that over as well. And I actually bought a massive pack of Sharpies, literally like massive pack. They were like dirt cheap. So I think it was when people were going back to school. So yes, I pretty much grabbed them. So I actually want move these out of the way. I want to see what pretty much what colours I have. Yes, I like things in the order they come in. I have no idea why. They just look prettier. And yes. Right, so basically I'm aiming to get to the darker colours. So I want black first of all. So as I say, it's just pretty much the black Sharpie. Never actually used a Sharpie before, to be quite honest. Normally they're too expensive, so I know I won't pay that price. So pretty much what I'm going to do is, I said, I want it to be more, I guess I like cartoons. So I'm gonna pretty much, definitely not as thick as I anticipated them being. So what I want to do is as well, I want to draw the line here, almost like I said, the line of the knife, that's the handle. So to be honest with you, if this goes wrong, like you can always paint over it and just dry it and restart again. Like no one's ever gonna know, like unless you tell them. So what it is, I'm gonna do. as you can see, I've pretty much just done a black. A minute. Right, there we go. I've pretty much just done a black line, pretty much along here and these sides and the tip as well. I am actually gonna. This is just, I said, this is my preference. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, this part. This is just what I prefer. Almost kind of like, I guess, a cartoon pop, like a pop version of it. So I want to do that, and then I actually want to do the same up the top. So it's just basically just drawing a line along it like this. To kind of give it a bit more outline and definition. That's the reason why I like doing this. So what I'm going to do this. So that's pretty much that part. So what other colours have I got in here? Ooh, a red. So I'm going to use a red Sharpie actually. Just colour in, almost make kind of like a red blob pattern on it. Because this will dry into the paint. This colour, because it's actually not darker than what I've put it on. So I'm going to just... haven't decided whether or not I'm going out for Halloween, like out yet. Right, so that, as you can see, is a bit more bloody now. I'll do the other side pretty much exactly similar, because I can't do the same shapes again, but so I'm going to actually use the hair. I know it sounds strange. I'm actually going to use the hairdryer now to actually just dry the Sharpie on it, because I don't want to touch it and then, because it will just come off in my hands. I'm actually gonna, I've got quite a darky orangey colour here, like this. So I'm actually gonna see if I get that kind of helps a bit, doesn't it? So I'm gonna basically use a bit of orange on this, just add to this colour already. Again, I'm just going to dry this just to get it dried. Perhaps we'll just unplug. Right, so the last thing I'm actually going to do is a bit more grey, but I'm just going to just on a knife where I guess it's gone a bit pinky. I'm pretty much just going to colour it a bit grey. Obviously it won't come out as dark as you expect it to. But I'm going to dry this side because I want to double check. Like that, and then I want this added with a bit of water. I'm just going to rub that like that, just to mix it in a bit more. Right, so I'm going to dry that quickly. Again, the last thing I'm literally going to do on that side is the same on this side, and that is I just want to rub it in. It's kind of made the red a little bit more bright, should I say. So I'm going to dry this quick. Right, my hands are a mess. Really not dressed for the camera. Let's just pour my top at least. Right, so I'm gonna do that, and stay. So as you can see, pretty much that is my knife. It's not. I said it's not. I don't think it's the best, but it's good for what I want it for. As my friends like to tell me, that apparently I can't walk through Comic-Con with a butcher's knife, so I had to make one. So yeah, so as you can see, that's kind of what it looks like. So that is my knife, and I am going to just leave it on the kitchen counter just to dry a bit. So I'm going to do that though, because that is easier for me. So there we go. I look awful right now, but hey ho. So yeah, so that is my knife, as you can see, that I have lovingly and painstakingly made today, on the only day that I literally have I won't say nothing to do, because I had that to do. But yeah, so that is my Silent Hill nurse's knife. Obviously I am going to be at Comic-Con London basically this Saturday. I won't be there, obviously. I'm not one of those people that go the whole weekend, but I'm going to be there on Saturday. So if you guys see me about, you're welcome to come up to me and say hi or anything. Obviously ask me any questions you want to ask me. But yeah, obviously I should be pretty easy to spot. I'll be in the Silent Hill nurse's outfit, which is completely homemade by me. So if you want to see part of the mask being made, then you can go to my Instagram. That picture is actually on my Instagram at the moment. Obviously I will leave links below. Also I will put a picture up on there hopefully tomorrow after my outfit is finished being made, my nurse's outfit, of the actual dress. I have bought some zombie tights, and I'm really hoping that my shoes turn up on time as well, because I will be wearing obviously some like white stiletto shoes as well for it. So yeah, I will be obviously updating Instagram with that instead of YouTube, because it's just easier. But yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments below of my Silent Hill knife, and tell me if you're going to be at Comic-Con. It would be awesome to see you guys there, and don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button below as well to see more arts and crafty bits like this for the cosplay that I do. Also obviously my gaming side of it as well. And thanks very much for watching, and if you stuck this way through, like watching me make the knife, then like you're freaking awesome, because that took so much longer than I anticipated. But bye.